Welcome to Mysteries, Myths, and Legends. I'm Taylor.
I'm Savannah.
And welcome to the show. Happy Wednesday.
Yay.
Okay, before we get started on anything else, Savannah, I have to tell you that I just made a really impulsive decision and spent $100 freaking dollars on a rug.
A rug?
But it's so pretty.
Okay.
I will send the picture to you right now, but like, should I have done that? No.
I mean, rugs are expensive, so...
Okay, why are rugs so expensive? Somebody please tell me.
I don't know. But also, that kind of is really funny to me because I follow these people on, like, Instagram that make rugs, and I always just want to buy them. Like, they make, like, the most random rugs, like, one of a peach, of, like, a banana.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those. You should buy one.
And,
This
like,
is your
there's,
sign.
like, there was, like, a tomato one that I really wanted.
That's
But
amazing.
they were, like, they make them for the customer, you know?
Yeah,
so
like,
there was
made to
only
order.
one.
Oh, and it's
So,
probably
let me
expensive.
see.
Yeah. Rugs are expensive. That's all that I know. And I would love to know
Ooh.
why.
I got your picture of your rug. It is
It's so
beautiful.
pretty. I love it. Thank you.
I thought you were going to say that it was, like, a weird rug. But
No, it's just a regular pretty rug. But anyway, rug topic aside, me and Savannah went to Georgia this past weekend together. Camping trip. It was so fun.
yeah. Yeah, it was pretty eventful. One of the nights there, we won't get into too many of the details, but there was something crazy that happened.
Yeah.
Maybe someday we'll tell this full story, but for now I'll just leave you with this. We did end up driving to the woods in a golf cart at 11 o'clock at night and didn't come back until midnight.
Yeah.
There was some stuff happened. It was
Yeah.
very eventful.
It was crazy. It's just a little bit too soon to talk about, but one day we'll talk about it. One
Yeah.
day in the future. But it was absolutely insane. There was never a dull moment on this trip. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, with my Aunt Christy, if she's listening to this, shout out.
Shout out to Aunt Christy.
She always makes it eventful, honestly. It's her.
Yeah, it was amazing. We had so much fun. Yeah. But okay. This is what I'm most excited about. First of all, I'm stupid because I had this story last week of something that happened to me in my house. And I just completely forgot to talk about it because it had happened the night before we recorded. So I was still like traumatized. But I remember this week.
Traumatized.
It was scary. Okay. So as you all know, our assistant Juju is my cat. Well, technically my roommate's cat, but my child, my actual son. So, he sleeps with me normally every night, but sometimes he's really bad. As you guys have probably been able to tell, he lit himself on fire live on the podcast one time.
I know.
So, yeah, sometimes he's really bad. And so a couple weeks ago, in the middle of the night, I was awakened by something really loud falling in my room. And I just automatically, I was like, Juju. Because I mean, that's nothing new. He does that. So I sit up to see what he knocked over. And Juju is laying next to the wall. And he's literally asleep in my bed. And I was like, okay. Like, what was that then? I look around. Nothing fell. Nothing was knocked over. But it was like so loud. It literally like awakened me from my sleep.
Oh no.
So, yeah, I never figured out what that was. So yeah, that's really good for me.
Do you think it was Kiki?
Maybe, but I don't know why she would try to scare me in the middle of the night like that. So it better not have been her trying to scare me. But maybe, I don't know, maybe. Yeah. I just don't know.
Maybe it was an accident.
Yeah. The only other like logical explanation I can think of is maybe I was like dreaming of a noise.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm not that like light of a sleeper. Like I just don't know.
Yeah.
I really feel like I heard the noise, but I guess we'll never know. But it hasn't happened since then, so hopefully it won't again.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's crazy. Maybe I guess it could have been a dream, but I don't usually have dreams where something like some sort of noise wakes me up unless it's a noise in real life.
Yeah, see, that's what I was gonna say. Like
I'll have a dream where I'm falling backwards and then that wakes you up.
Oh, for sure.
You know, but like not a noise
Yeah,
unless
same.
it's a real noise.
Same, but maybe I'm just gonna have to tell myself that it was a dream noise because that scares me.
Yeah, really.
Mm, anyways, you want to go ahead and get into your topic, Savannah?
Yeah, sure.
Yay.
So this week I have the story of Pyramid Lake.
Ooh, Pyramid Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay.
First of all, I just want to say this lake is beautiful, and it's actually like it's been photographed for like backgrounds and stuff like on Apple devices.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So you might have a picture of it as your background right now. Who
Wait,
knows?
that's crazy.
Um, so it's this really beautiful lake in Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about 40 miles from Reno,
Ooh.
which it's like I don't even know where that is, but just for people who do know where that is.
Not me.
Yeah, so it's around there. It is in the Truckee River Basin. I don't really know what that is either, but we're just gonna put it in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's an ancient lake, and it's like a remnant of Lake Lohanton, which is like, I guess it was like a bigger lake at the time, and this is just part of it that's left, from that bigger
Mm-hmm.
one.
Yeah.
And Lake Lohanton was actually a huge lake that covered most of northwestern like Nevada during the last ice age.
Oh, what?
So part of this, yeah, so I guess it was like around during then. So
Whoa.
that's really cool.
That is cool.
And the coolest part of it, it has limestone like cone shaped formations
Mm.
all around, all over the lake, like in the lake as islands and stuff, and
Oh.
it just looks really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to see a picture of this.
I know. Yeah, you
Go
should
see
look
our
it up right now.
Instagram. I will look it up, but go see our Instagram if you want to see pictures of it.
So these limestone cone shapes, that's where it gets its name, Pyramid Lake. That's the name like the settlers gave it. That's not like the native name, obviously. But
Yeah.
the cone shaped formations are actually called tufa formations. I don't really know where that name comes from, but
Oh, I'm looking at pictures of this. These look so strange.
I know, right?
Because I
It's
was
really cool.
imagining like just like a regular pyramid. I mean, they do kind of look like a regular pyramid, but they're more like rounded, I would say.
Yeah, I would say I think over time they've probably been like beaten down.
Oh, yeah, well, that's a good point. It is an ancient lake.
Yeah. So a lot of these cone shaped things, they like line the shore, and then as you can see in the picture, there's like giant islands in there too.
Mm-hmm.
And then the biggest island is called Anaho.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, just fun fact.
Yeah.
And the water is like crystal clear, like super pretty, and it even has like endangered fish in it, and there's a type of fish that's only in that lake.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's really cool. The tribe native to the area is the wait, I'm trying to remember. I literally looked up how to pronounce
Yeah,
this
you
before
did.
I started, and now I forget. I think it's the Paiute tribe.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yes. Okay. And there's actually 3 different groups of this tribe. So the ones in Nevada that I'm talking about now. Sorry. There's some in California and Oregon, and then the like California Nevada border. So I guess like I didn't really know that. Like I guess I sort of knew there was tribes that were not just in one area, like sort of spread out, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's like different sanctions of these tribes almost.
Oh, I think I did know that
So it's
actually.
like they're all the same tribe, but they're technically like they're like different too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So this group that I'm talking about is they're the Paiute, but they're the Q-U-T Tikuta Paiutes. Because the fish that I said that only lives there, they are called the Q-U-T
The
fish.
cutie. That's what it sounds like.
It's Cuiuti. UI.
Oh,
So, I don't know.
that sounds like cutie. I like it.
So, yeah. Um, those fish are like their number one thing they eat and stuff, so.
Wait, they eat these fish?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
They
that's
only
where
live in
they've
the lake.
lived. That's what they've, like, lived on this whole time.
Oh, well,
I
I
mean, they're
guess.
native to the area. That's what they eat.
Yeah, that's true. I just imagine, like, if they only live there, they're, like, protected, you know?
Well, yeah, it might be different now.
Mm-hmm.
Just so they don't overfish and stuff, but
Yeah.
like, you know, they still probably eat them.
Yeah, for sure.
And they definitely did back in the day before, you know, modern times.
Yeah.
So they lived peacefully in this beautiful area until settlers came, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So John C. Fremont arrived in 1844, and he's the one who named the lake Pyramid Lake.
Yeah.
The settlers came with him and came in and they chopped down a bunch of the trees.
Wow.
Yeah, sadly. And that were like a major food source for the natives. And they like competed with them for food, obviously, and grazing lands.
Oh my God.
And basically like, you know, just how you would think it would be. You know, they just come in and take over,
Yep.
which sucks. And that actually resulted in the Pyramid Lake War in 1860.
What?
Yeah, they had a war.
Oh, I was not expecting you to say that.
I mean, it makes sense. I get they were just like
It
fighting.
makes sense, but
I feel like there's probably a lot more wars like that we have not heard of.
oh, you know what?
Do you know what I mean?
Because, you know, our history doesn't like to really teach us that stuff.
Exactly. And they're probably like small wars just like this.
Yeah.
It's like the people who came to settle there and the people who like already lived there. So probably not that many people for it to be really taught everywhere. Yeah, so I assume that just happened everywhere.
Yeah.
Which like also sucks, but I mean,
Yeah.
that's probably what happened.
It is.
So the war happened and then it ended in August of that year, so it was just like a few months. But I'm guessing the ending of it wasn't really good for the natives.
Yeah.
But right now, actually, the lake is on a reservation, I believe. So,
Oh, okay.
so that's good. They do sort of have part of the land, I think.
Yeah, that's good at least.
Okay, so let's get into the legend of the lake.
Ooh.
So the legend says that the war that they had was caused by a curse that was put on the lake.
Ooh, we love a curse.
Yes. So there was a mermaid supposedly in the lake, right?
What? Okay.
And one of the native men fell in love with her and was like, oh my gosh, we should go get married.
Okay, Ariel.
I know, right? So he brought her back to his people. I don't know how, like, I guess in a bucket or something.
Have you ever seen H2O?
Oh, she just like grew legs.
Yeah, she
and
just
walked
couldn't get
out.
wet. Yeah.
Honestly, maybe. But he brought her back to his people and he's like, we're gonna get married. And they said, no, you can't get married. She's a fish girl. Put her back in the lake. So they made him put her back in the lake because they're like, we cannot do this.
I mean, I guess I see
Basically
where
is
they're
what
coming
happened.
from.
Yeah. But this was really bad for them because she got really angry about that. Because she's like, I love him. Like, we need to get married. So she put a curse on the lake and all the people who live there.
Oh.
Yes. So she cursed them and said all who live there would forever experience hardship and misfortune.
Oh, wow.
So that is what the natives say caused the settlers to come and caused the war and everything. So that's very unfortunate.
Yeah, it definitely is.
And it also may have caused water babies to come up into the lake. Have you ever heard of water babies?
Savannah, we talked about water babies.
Okay, but these kind.
Well, I don't know what kind, but listen to our water creatures episode if you want to know more about water babies.
Where did you talk about them from? Because I didn't think they were America ones.
No, no, Savannah, you know I don't remember where, but it was definitely not in America. Don't remember where though.
Right. So I guess a lot of different cultures have these stories
Oh yeah, remember
of
like
water
we always
babies.
say like everybody thinks like water is like evil and the stuff that lives in the water is evil.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Apparently Native Americans have these stories of water babies too, just like wherever you had your story. I should have looked it up,
Yeah.
looked back on our old episode.
Yeah, and I should remember, but do I? No.
Somebody out there does.
Definitely.
So I'm guessing they're generally the same because I'm trying to remember what you had said in that episode.
Mm-hmm.
But they basically, you know, they're babies in the water and they cry and scream and lure you in and try to drown you. So
Yeah, that's really good.
isn't that pretty much the same thing or?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm. So some say they're actually like not really babies. They're like just disguising themselves.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And like look slightly off.
Mm-hmm.
There is a story that says that they are like ghosts of babies or like they are real babies.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get to that one in a second. And actually there's like, I saw that a lot of Native American tribes in the Southwest have stories of water babies. So it's not just this lake.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, I looked it up, by the way. I covered kappas, which is like a type of water baby. Don't know where they were.
Right. See, that's why it didn't connect for me.
Yeah. Yeah, but they were a type of water baby that was like outside of the US. So, little water baby demons is what they were. So, pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, but these things look like actual human babies.
Ew.
But like sometimes they'll look slightly off, you know.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I don't really like it either. So sometimes they'll like lure you in and drown you, or they'll just like taunt you, which like I don't really know what that means, but
Like make fun of
don't
you.
kill you, I guess.
They're like you're ugly.
Yeah, really. I don't know. So the story of how they came to be by the natives, they say that one day a mother was washing clothes at the lake. And there's like a big serpent in the lake, and it came up to her, but it was disguised as a baby.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was screaming and stuff, and she like tried to save it, but it tried to drown her.
Oh.
And this is where it gets sort of confusing because I don't really understand this, but apparently the chief or somebody came up to them and convinced the serpent to let her go. But then he's like, okay, well, you can stay in the lake, but you're not allowed to be on land.
Oh, okay.
So now this serpent is in the water pretending to be a baby. And like luring people in.
But it's a snake, but he looks like a baby.
Yeah.
That is
But
the
like
weirdest
I guess
thing.
sometimes it'll show itself as a snake too. So I guess there's also like a giant serpent in the water.
Okay. So there's a giant snake, mermaids, and water babies.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I don't
Yeah.
know if I want to go here, but it's like, okay.
It's beautiful though.
It is beautiful.
Okay. So yeah, that's basically the end of that story. But here's the settlers have another story of like how the water babies came to be. And this one isn't that good, honestly. It's like
It's not that
makes the natives seem, it was probably told to make the natives seem like savages, honestly. So they say that the natives would throw their unwanted babies in the water.
Oh my god.
The ones that were like deformed or premature or
Oh, no.
yeah. And they said, oh, they do this to keep the tribe strong and like cut out all the weak links.
I hope
But,
that's not
like-
true, but also I've heard of other cultures doing that. So,
I mean,
It
true,
could
but I
be.
don't know. I feel
I don't
like
know.
I feel like that was just a mean story that they were telling just to make them look bad. You know?
I mean, yeah.
Because they had this whole other story
yeah.
about how the water babies came to be. So, you know. So yeah, just like you said, if you go into the lake today, you might see a mermaid or a water baby or a serpent.
Yeah. Scary.
So
Any
yeah.
of those options.
Or just a beautiful lake. I
Yeah,
don't
with
know. I
some-
still kind of want to go. It's so
I
pretty
mean,
there.
it is really pretty.
And Okay, well, actually, this is another bad part of it. Um, I read something that said it's kind of easy to drown in this lake, which makes
Oh.
sense with all these stories because it's so clear. Like the water's so clear.
Well, how does that make sense?
Because you can't tell how deep it is.
Oh.
Because you think, I guess you think you can see the ground, right? But
Yeah,
it's
but
so
it could be like
clear that
50
it's like,
feet.
yeah,
Yeah. I guess, but like also then wouldn't it make it easier to see people if they were drowning?
true. But yeah, I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I've never really been in a lake that was that clear
No,
or
I've
any
literally
water that
I've
was that
never
clear.
been. No. So
Hmm.
I guess I wouldn't know. But that's really crazy.
I know. I just think it's really cool that it was like an ancient lake too. Like all the history
Oh
that's
yeah,
there.
that's so cool. And the pyramids, they look like I wonder if there's stuff inside of the pyramids. Cuz like in
Yeah.
in the pyramids in Egypt, like you can go inside.
Well, that's true. I mean, these are like naturally occurring ones, though.
Yeah.
So it makes it even
But maybe
cooler.
that's the mermaid's lair.
Oh my
New
gosh, it
theory.
probably is.
Or the snake or the water babies, any of those creatures that live in that lake.
Hmm.
So you're trying to go here?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Well, maybe. I'll put it on the
Um,
maybe list.
yeah. It also, there were some movies like filmed near here too, which
Ooh.
makes sense because it was so pretty.
Mhm.
Um, there was the movie The Misfits was filmed nearby
Oh.
in 1961. And then like this biblical film was filmed there, which is like I don't really
Yeah.
it's called The Greatest Story Ever Told.
Oh, I think I've seen that.
Oh, really?
I think.
Well, it was filmed there, so
Interesting. Maybe I haven't seen that. I don't know. Sounds
maybe.
familiar though.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they have like all these stories about them drowning and stuff just because of like the weird quality of the water and stuff. Because now that I'm looking at my other notes about like facts about the lake, the pH level is like 9,
Oh,
which like water is supposed to be 7,
7. Yeah.
right? So I don't
Hmm.
know.
Yeah. That is weird.
Um, and then it's like super clear, and I don't know. It just seems really easy to drown,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I think it'd still be fun to go swimming there.
Swimming.
I think I could do it.
I mean, yeah, I don't think I would drown, so I'm good.
Do you think? Okay, we were just at the lake, tubing and stuff. Do you think you would do it on that lake?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I know how to swim, so I wouldn't drown. Like,
Yeah.
regardless. I mean, I guess I won't say regardless. I guess anything can happen, but
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I would prefer to swim in a lake that I can see through because, as you know, we were standing like just like waist deep in the lake playing with Savannah's little cousins and something bit my leg, my thigh. And I'm not kidding, I had a mark. And I like think the only thing I can think of it was like a little fish nibbling on my leg. And I didn't like
Yeah.
that one bit. I couldn't even see it. So I actually don't know what it was. It could have been anything, I guess. But
I know that's true. I want to be able to see too,
same.
because it's just like fish were running into me too when I was in the
Yeah.
water.
Exactly. I don't know. I just don't like not being able to see. That's why I like swimming in the ocean. Like I don't really care what's around me because I can pretty much see. You know, as long as it's not like dirty water, but
See, but another thing about this is I just thought of wouldn't you be able to see the mermaid in there if there's a mermaid?
yeah, or the snake or the water babies.
Maybe they're
I
just
don't
really
know.
camouflaged.
Yeah, or maybe they're hiding in their lair in the pyramids.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, well that story was really short.
Yeah, but that's
But-
crazy though. I like it. There's a lot. Like now, I'm just curious. Like, I know these are all legends. You know, we don't know if they're true, but I wonder. Like, are there actually those monsters in that lake? Like,
I know.
I just want to know. Because like it also just reminds me of like the movie Luca. Like I know you watched it. It's a new movie. It's on Disney Plus. Go check it out because it's really good.
Oh, true.
But like they were able, like though they were sea monsters and they were able like when they came out of the water to look human, just like the water babies is what this sounds like. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
And possibly that mermaid.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So who knows? I do not
Mm-hmm.
know. Well, this week we thought we didn't say it earlier, but we're on a lake theme this week
Mm-hmm.
because we just went to the lake, so we were like, let's do spooky lakes. So I am covering the legend of Big Moose Lake. Have you ever heard of it?
Ooh, no.
Me either, but apparently just about everybody else in America at one point had because a lot of crazy things happen here. So, Big Moose Lake is located in upstate New York in the Adirondacks.
Okay.
If you know what that is, I've never been there, but looks really cool.
Yeah, I don't think I have, but now that I'm thinking, like, I've been to upstate New York. I don't know if,
Yeah, I've never been to upstate New York, so, but
I don't know if that's like all of it or.
yeah, I don't know. We all know that we don't know anything about geography here, so if you
Yeah,
know,
you're
let
right.
us know.
So true.
Yeah, but this lake covers about 1,200 acres of land, so it's not like huge, but still pretty good size. But in
Oh, did I say how
1906,
big mine was?
I don't know. I don't know if you did.
It is 112,000 acres.
Wow. Okay, that's a lot bigger than this one.
I probably should have mentioned that. It's huge.
Yeah, this one is pretty small, but wow,
Okay.
that's really crazy. So, anyways, in 1906, a really horrific murder took place at this lake.
Oh
And
no.
it's one of the most famous murders, like in America, because it's technically like still not really solved. I mean, it is solved, but we'll never know what actually happened. So, and visitors say that the victim's spirit never left the lake and that she haunts the lake to this day. So, let's back it up a little bit. Zun, zun, zun. In 1905, a man named Chester Gillette moved to New York, and specifically this place called Cortland, which I guess is just still in upstate New York. I don't know anything about geography, as we already know. But so Chester was like in school, then he like failed out. So he got a job with his uncle because his uncle owns a skirt factory, which was called the Gillette Skirt
Wait.
Factory.
A skirt factory?
Yeah, I'm like, that's so random. Like a skirt factory. Like they just make
skirts that
only
you wear.
skirts. Yeah. For girls.
Interesting.
Yeah, and like a man owns this company, which I mean, I guess in the early 1900s. But like,
Okay, I guess that makes sense though. Now, like, because I was thinking of fashion today. I was
Yeah.
like, why is that? No, because they had those big skirts that they would wear.
oh yeah.
And like the hoops and stuff.
Yes. So
Makes sense.
yeah. So they were working at the skirt factory, which is funny. But while he was working there, he met a girl named Grace Brown, who also worked at the skirt factory. Grace grew up on a dairy farm in Chenango County, New York, and
Oh.
she decided to leave her #farm life and go work at the skirt factory. She was like, I want to live my dreams as a fashion designer. I don't actually know if she said that, but
Right.
that's what
Yeah, she
that's what I
wants to go-
presume she said.
Exactly. She wants to
like-
go to New York and be
Exactly.
a fashion.
She's like, I'm gonna be a fashionista in New York, not on the farm. We don't do that.
Right.
So, she was 20 years old and Chester was 23. And they got involved and Grace ended up getting pregnant really fast.
Okay.
But Chester, he was like, I don't want to marry you.
What?
Sorry about it, sweetheart. And so Grace had literally no choice but to move back home with her parents on the farm. And she would constantly write Chester love letters begging him to marry her. Because at the time, like having a baby without being married was absolutely not okay in society.
Yeah.
And literally, like, if she wasn't married by the time she had this baby, she was going to be like a social outcast. She was like, you're literally going to ruin my life if you don't marry me.
Yeah.
She was just begging him, wrote him so many letters, begging him. She's like, please, you're literally going to ruin my life.
Yeah, I feel like that was still bad up until like
Yeah, like very recently.
Like
Like some people still think it's bad.
Exactly. Like
Yeah.
that. Oh, geez. I can't even imagine back then. And you can't even,
Oh,
like,
for sure.
you have to write letters.
Yeah, yeah. Let's think about that. Yeah, they're writing letters. They're not texting each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Chester got all these letters and he sent her back an invitation to go on a vacation with him to the Adirondacks. And
Oh,
Grace
no.
was super excited. She was like, "Oh my god, this is his like secret plan to propose to me, or maybe he'll even like plan a secret wedding up there." Like,
Oh,
so
geez.
cute.
Okay.
But no, Chester had different plans for Grace, very sadly. So, in July of 1906, they took a train to Tupper Lake and spent a night there. You know, had fun, whatever. The next day, they grabbed another train to Big Moose Lake. And on July 11th, Chester rented a rowboat from like the lake out for an afternoon on the water. So romantic. And witnesses say that he like got on the boat wearing a suit, and he was also carrying a suitcase, a camera, and a tennis racket.
Oh, what?
So, which is so random. But also, like, if I was Grace, I would also think he was about to propose to me. This man is wearing a suit. He has a suitcase. The tennis racket is a little bit weird, but like, you know, it could be part of his proposal
Right.
idea. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Is he, like, trying to make it seem like that's what he's doing?
I definitely think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but like, I feel so bad for her because I would probably think the same thing.
Yeah, so it's not like, yeah, you can't blame her really for going
No,
along with it.
absolutely not. What else was she supposed to think? She
Exactly.
definitely didn't think that what is going to happen to her was going to happen.
Oh
So
no.
it's not good. So people saw them take out the boat, but nobody ever saw them come back. The next day, literally just the next day, the people who they rented the boat from were like, "Wait, that couple never came back and like returned the boat."
Oh
Like, oh
no.
god. Like, so they sent out a search party because they were like, something probably happened to them on this boat. And in the southern bay of Big Moose Lake, they found the boat, which was overturned into the water. And Grace's body was found later that day, submerged in the water, with lacerations all on her face and her head and her like arms. So,
Oh no.
yeah, it wasn't good. But only 3 days after the body was found, Chester was arrested for murder at the nearby Arrowhead Hotel, which was only 7 miles down the road from the lake.
How did he get back?
He literally walked.
But
like-
he didn't even return the boat.
No, he left the boat.
Like farther down the shore from
No,
where they
it was
rented
close
the
to her
boat.
body. He just left it.
No, like from but like how did he not pass the people he rented the boat from?
Oh, I guess he just walked through the middle of the woods
Yeah.
until he found a road. Because he didn't pass him. He went the
Jeez.
other way. Yeah. So, let's see. So what I'm gonna skip ahead a lot here. Do like the trial and stuff. But apparently what they came up with, and they still don't know, they will never know what actually happened because he never admitted it. But they think that Chester smashed Grace's head in with the tennis racket, and then that caused her to lose her balance and fall in the water. And Grace had actually told him before all of this that she never learned how to swim. So he knew that if he could just get her in the water, she would drown and not know how to swim. So,
Oh my god.
yeah.
But okay. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
you're right. She did think that he was proposing to her, but like
Yeah.
she didn't think.
No. And let's also not forget that she was pregnant with
Yeah.
his baby. So he not only killed her, but also his child. So
See, this is why you wear a life jacket.
this is exactly why you wear a life jacket, even if you know how to swim. So,
Exactly.
exactly. But she had no idea. And this was also way, way far before safety things were, you know,
Oh,
forced
yeah.
upon us. So they definitely were not forced to wear a life jacket. So news spread really fast about his arrest all throughout upstate New York. And this case was like the first really big murder like this that was just like really insane, like for the area. So it was really well documented for the time. And So all throughout trial, Chester literally was like, I'm innocent. I didn't do that. Like, sir, what other explanation is there? Honestly.
Seriously.
This was literally the most sensational case of the time. This would be a case that would be like the crime of the century, you know, or the
Oh
trial
my
of the
god.
century, like they always say
Yeah.
for like every big case. But that's what they called it. Hundreds of people came out to see the trial, and during it, the defense claimed that Grace jumped into the lake committing suicide.
Oh my gosh. Why would she do that though?
Right. And apparently, so the reason that they were saying this is apparently in some of the letters that she had written Chester, she talked about wanting to die.
Because she wasn't with him.
Exactly, because her life was going to be over if he didn't marry her, because she was going to be a single mom.
But they were together, so that doesn't make sense, you know?
Exactly. And also, what doesn't make sense, okay, fine, if she tried to kill herself, did you want her to kill herself? Why didn't you try to save her? You knew she couldn't swim.
Right.
You couldn't have
Yeah.
jumped in. Why'd you run away? Why
Right.
didn't you return the boat? There's no, it's a lie. But she did say, she was like, I want to die in the letters. But, like, that's not why, you know? Like, she was not
Yeah.
committing suicide, is what I'm saying. So, and obviously the DA argued that Chester hit her in the head with a tennis racket and then pushed her in the lake. So, on December 5th, 1906, the jury took only 5 hours to deliberate, and they found Chester guilty of first-degree murder, and he was sentenced to death by electric chair.
Oh,
Yeah, and
electric
apparently,
chair. That's when they still did that.
yeah, exactly. Actually, that's still an option in some states today. Yeah,
Seriously?
it is, but they don't ever like really do it. But you still can get sentenced to that.
I feel like that would
Yeah, that would not be
hurt.
good.
Like, oh my god.
No, that would not be good. But apparently, when he was sentenced, he was reported to be very calm, and that was there said he had a huge smile on his face. Like,
Ew.
sir, that is so creepy. You
That is
weirdo.
really creepy.
Right. And only 3 months later, he was executed on, I mean, not 3 months. No, 2 years. What is wrong with me?
Oh, I was gonna say good 2 months.
Yeah, but only 2 years. He was
Well,
executed. And on the days leading up to his execution, he actually confessed to the murder, but he never like explained how he did it. But he confessed to one of his spiritual advisors. He was like, "Yeah, no, I did it." But he was never like, "Yeah, I hit her in the head, and this is what happened." He was
wow.
like, "Yes, I did it. Please save my soul." Like, okay, sir, too late for that, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't think it works like that.
No, but this is a really fun fact, and I think it is so funny. So he was buried in an unmarked grave in a cemetery somewhere in New York. And according to people who have researched it, the plot had a road paved over it.
Oh
And the
my
exact location
god.
of the grave is no longer known. Like, it's just under some road in New York.
Good. That's what he
I
deserves.
know. It's so funny to me. I'm just like, that is exactly what you
Oh my
deserve,
god.
sir.
Wait, does he haunt the road?
Maybe. I don't know. But nobody knows what road it is. So
True.
they don't know. But maybe
You're just driving on the road and somebody hits you with a tennis racket.
with an invisible, they're like, ow, that felt like a tennis racket on the back of my head.
Yeah.
Okay, but on to the haunting part of the story. So Grace is said to haunt this lake. I mean, obviously, you know that she was brutally murdered. She had absolutely no idea, and also her baby was murdered there. So
Right.
there's no
Right.
reports of the baby ghost. So, you know, that makes me feel a little bit better because really sad. But so some people say they can see a ghost of like a young girl who looks really distraught walking around on the rocks, like near the lake.
Okay.
And most people, though, the most common sighting at this lake is that they will see a girl drowning. So they're like, oh my God, we got to get help. They'll go get help. And when they come back, nobody's there. And nobody drowned. So they just
Oh
like
my gosh.
are witnessing her like going over and replaying the drowning, which is really sad. And other people say that she haunts the small cottages surrounding the lake. And this is why I chose this story, because me and Savannah stayed in a cottage at the lake this past weekend.
Yeah, we did.
And I'm like, can you imagine if our cottage was haunted, Savannah? Because
I know. I tried to look up if our campground was haunted, but it didn't say. It said
Yeah.
it wasn't. So
I didn't get any bad vibes, so
yeah,
I don't think it is. But
we
they,
got lucky.
yeah, I think. But also, like, I kind of wanted something to happen so we could talk about something. But,
I mean, something did kind of happen, but
well, yeah, but we'll talk about that later. So, okay, so apparently she tries to extinguish. Shout out to Juju screaming in the background.
I heard that.
Juju, please. He just wants to be on the show so bad. But she tries to extinguish all the lights in the cottages. So, and I mean, I'm assuming at the time there wasn't like electricity. I don't know when electricity was invented, but I guess there was more like flames and stuff, you know. So she would like blow out
Yeah.
the lights. But today, that she still will turn out all the lights. So that's crazy, yes. But I'm glad that it happened to us because I would have been very scared.
Yeah, I know.
Yes. And in 2006,
Oh wait, what year did you say that happened?
the murder,
Yeah.
it was 1906.
Oh, okay. Cause I I just looked up the light bulb. When was that invented?
Yeah.
Cause I was just curious. It says 1806.
Oh, well. So, yeah. Well, I don't know. But
Maybe there were lights, but
yeah.
maybe not.
Regardless, she turns out the lights and extinguishes the lights. I guess that's, I don't know. I don't know. But regardless, she'll turn off the lights.
Right.
So in 2006, the New York Times did an article about the ghost of the lake, and they took a psychic out there who like didn't have any information on the history of the lake. And this was actually on the anniversary of her death.
Oh.
So I'm trying to think. Oh, 100 years later. Yeah. Do
Yeah.
math real quick. So 100 years later, on the anniversary of her death, they brought a psychic out there. And she said that she was picking up a ghost of a girl who was extremely misled and that she feels just extremely sorry for the girl because she's like stuck there. But she had absolutely no idea of any of the history before. So I was like, oh, crazy.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's definitely her feeling stuck in there because
Exactly.
she's literally
Like, that's so sad. So I'm proposing right now, first of all, before I finish, that we go rent a cottage here because I would love to see
oh my
if we can see her.
gosh.
Because also it's like really pretty. So I don't know. But there's also a website that offers like guided tours of the lake to show you, I guess, where everything happened. And they say that you have to sign this waiver that's saying like they're not liable for anything that happens to you. Which I'm sure is also to make it like seem more creepy, but I'm like, girl, what could happen to you? That's crazy.
Yeah, seriously. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I would be scared to go.
I mean, I would be scared,
But
but
we
she's
could go.
not evil, you know? Like, that's what makes
Yeah,
me
you're
feel, like, better a little bit.
You think she's protecting the lake?
I mean, I wouldn't say she's protecting the lake because, like, you know, I don't know. I don't
But
really
she
think
doesn't try to
cares.
drown anyone?
No, they never said anything about, like, her trying to hurt anybody, you know? I think she's just trying to, like, everybody just says she looks lost and, like, just doesn't really know what to do. So I actually
Right.
watched an like interview / documentary thing about this, and a guy who like lives near the area was camping and decided to take a night walk around the lake, and he brought a flashlight and he had just put new batteries in it that day because that was the first day he was like camping there. He gets down to the rocks of the lake and his flashlight just automatically dies, and he's like like what the heck. Like, he wasn't thinking anything weird about it. He was like, the batteries must have been bad or something.
Right.
And we all know that that's a sign immediately for a ghost.
Especially her because she's extinguishing all the light, remember?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, she's known for that. And so he was like, okay, well, I need a flashlight, so I might as well go back to the camp. He turns around and he was like, I don't really know how to describe it other than the fact that I just knew she was standing right there in front of me. He was like, I can't really even describe to you what it looked like, but it was her standing there just behind him. And like she didn't do anything, but he was just like, I was overcome with extreme sadness. And I was like, oh, that makes me so sad because like she's really not evil at all, but she's just like stuck there and she's just sad. I'm like, oh, it breaks my heart.
And she never got to have her baby.
No, and all she wanted was to have a normal life and to not be rejected by society. And this man just thought it would be better to just kill every single person, including himself. Like, what? Like, what did he think was going to happen? Did he think he was going to get away with it?
Mm-hmm.
I guess that is what he thought.
Like, do you think he was thinking, oh, well, since I don't want to marry her, like, this is the better outcome, that she won't be shunned by society?
I mean, I guess. I think he was more on the line of just thinking, like, this girl won't stop sending me letters. She's annoying me so bad. Like, let's just kill her. Like, nobody's going to find me. Because that's what it seemed like. He seemed like a really big jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I don't know. But, fun fact.
She should have, like, found somebody else to, like, pretend it was his baby.
I know. She should have just, I don't know. It just sucks so bad. Because, like, how was she supposed to know that he was going to be literally a psycho?
Right.
It's really sad. But, fun fact, there is actually an Unsolved Mysteries episode about the murder of Grace Brown, which is one of my favorite shows. So, go watch that.
Ooh.
And this story, I'm telling you, was just so popular at the time. I guess, I don't really know if there was a lot of murders going on, or at least that they could find, you know. Mm-hmm. So, it was huge. And there have been a lot of famous books and a really famous Oscar-nominated movie called A Place in the Sun. So I've never seen it.
Oh,
but
that's cool.
Yeah, it was made about the story. So that is the legend of Big Moose Lake.
Oh my gosh, now we have 2 lake destinations to go to.
I know. I'm kind of a little bit scared to go to yours. I'm not really that scared to go to Big Moose.
What, because... you just think you're going to drown?
No, I don't think I'm going to drown. I think I'm going to see a water baby. Yeah. I think they're going to get me.
I know. I think the main thing is, like... layer. I know. The main thing is you, like, hear them screaming.
Ew,
you know?
That's worse. I would honestly rather come up on one and throw hands. Because I think I could fight a water baby. I don't want to hear no...
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, honestly, that's so true. Like, you just hear a baby crying, you're like, oh my gosh.
Oh, no. See, no. Even if there was a baby around, I'd be like, that ain't you, baby. That's a water baby.
Mm-hmm.
So scary. But maybe we'll go. I don't know. I really want to.
Mm-hmm.
Juju, add it to the list. The list just keeps growing and growing. It's not good. It's really not.
Yeah, I need to see. I wonder if you can camp there.
Oh, you can definitely camp there.
Didn't really look into that.
No, you can. Oh, you mean it?
Yeah,
Nevada?
The one that I did.
That is so far.
The Pyramid Lake. Oh, I just dropped my phone. That was loud. Oh.
That's funny.
It's okay.
Well, anyways, if you want to see pictures of both of our lakes and of Grace Brown, I'll post a pic on our Instagram. So go check that out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Check out all of the rest of our socials. Go to our YouTube. We're
almost
caught up.
Our YouTube, I'm almost caught up. I might... Yes. I don't want to be ahead of myself. I don't want to say I'm going to be caught up by the time this posts, but I might be.
Yeah. Well, regardless, we're getting very close to having all of the episodes be up on YouTube at the same time as when we post them regularly. So
yeah, so soon we'll have an episode posted on YouTube as well as all the other platforms that we have.
Exactly.
So, and if you didn't know, we have it on pretty much any platform that podcasts are on. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that stuff. If you found this on Anchor, it's not just on there. You can go to the other things.
Yes, definitely. Yes, and also the YouTube videos do include pictures, so you won't have to go and look at our Instagram. You can just watch the YouTube video.
Exactly.
So, check that out if you want. Rate and review us on Apple Podcast, please. And I don't know. That's really all I got for you this week. What about you, Savannah?
Yeah. I just actually got a bedtime reminder on my Apple Watch. So.
Oh my god. Okay, it's getting late for Grandma Savannah. We need to go.
Yeah, it's getting kind of late.
That's funny. Okay, well, see you next week.
All right. Cue the music.